just want to talk about a really brief reminder about how to how to avoid disappointment, in your journey to losing weight. Um, because one way to fight, to reach your goals is to build motivation to fight past any adversities or any discouragement. But another way is by avoiding situations or circumstances where disappointment appear. If that makes sense. It's like avoiding um, an accident on a bike by wearing a helmet. And so this tip can help you do that, how to avoid disappointment. And I wish it was a quick, easy fix approach to it, but this is more of a longer term, something that you want to keep in mind throughout the whole journey. So this isn't a quick fix, but basically all it boils down to, very simple, is having lower expectations, but also being content and satisfied with consistent results that are smaller, or smaller, consistent progress over a longer period of time. Because we all naturally want the instant um, change your life overnight, or over the next month, or over the next few weeks. And although you can certainly get great results within a couple weeks or a month, you can lose a lot of weight in that time, and that's really great. But it's also important to be satisfied with smaller results over a longer period of time, because ultimately most people find themselves in the situation where they lose a lot of weight, which is great. They find a lot of progress, but they gain the weight back, and sometimes they gain more, even more back. And we've all probably been in that situation. We've all felt um, had that fear of gaining weight back, and sometimes even more than what we lost. So, why does that happen? Sometimes there's a confusion, because you can get all these great results quickly, but then why don't they last? And there's many different reasons, but one reason is because sometimes people tend to forget about the long-term strategy when it comes to losing weight. And the long-term strategy is really making sure you're consistent with results, not having to have the overnight success of losing weight, but knowing that this is an investment over the long term of your life, that you want to have consistent results rather than just the overnight success mentality, which is all what we naturally have. That's what we want initially. And so I think there could be a good balance between the two. It doesn't mean that you should give up the idea of getting results quickly. It's just balancing the two, where you can use both. Maybe you can do some type of fast or some type of diet where you get results really quickly, and then if you can combine that by preparing your mind with the expectations beforehand, and preparing a plan in the long term, and preparing yourself to accept the fact that, okay, I'm going to get a lot of results maybe in the next few months or next few weeks, but then I'm also going to maintain and make sure I keep getting consistent results, but I'm going to be happy with these smaller amounts of progress, even if I'm not losing 50 pounds overnight or something like that. Maybe you're losing a pound a week, or maybe you're losing a couple pounds a month. And even though it seems like a small amount, even those small amounts, it matters, because it can help us with our contentment and satisfaction. Because one of those things that can throw off people, and it's almost thrown me off a couple times, where you start to lose contentment, and you get those big results right at first, and then they kind of slow down, and you're like, you feel like there's something wrong. You feel like you know you're not doing as well as you could be, or falling behind, when in reality you're still making progress. It's just that sometimes our expectations and our vision or our strategy gets a little bit unbalanced. So I think there's room for both, at least in my experience. And it's up to you to decide what strategy works best for you. But I think there is a balance between both, because you can find great results in a short period of time, but it's also important to think about the long term. What's the long term plan to continue the gradual progress, instead of just trying to lose a bunch of weight, gaining it back, and then having to do it all over again. So again, this is just a basic reminder that we've all heard before, but just something that can hopefully help you, if you're listening, to maybe just feel a little bit more confident about the future on this journey to losing weight. So I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a great day.